Yours truly, by Van Call. From Twilight Sparkle to Princess Celestia. Dear Princess Celestia, this is the first day of being on my own, and so far it doesn't feel any different. I keep expecting to hear the sound of Pinkie Pie bouncing down the street, or look up into the sky and see a rainbow. I keep thinking I can smell apples. And that I'm not seeing my friends right now doesn't bother me because I'm so sure they'll be by later, even though I know they won't. It's connected in my mind, but not in my heart, and all the goodbye parties in the world can't change that. Isn't that a good thing, though? Even though I'm leaving Ponyville, I don't feel like I'm leaving my friends behind. I feel like they're still part of me. That distance alone isn't going to keep us apart. We've been through too much for that to happen, for this to end. It's going to be hard writing everything out by hoof again. I've grown far too used to having Spike with me. Wait, that's not right. Surely there's no such thing as getting too used to having a friend nearby. And now I'm upset at myself for thinking this way. Spike goes into a dragon sleep, and he's not going to wake up for 100 years, and I'm worried about having to do a little writing. Either way, I'm out of practice, and my cursive has morphed into scribbles. Just one other thing to work on. I'm looking forward to Hoofington. Professor Twilight Sparkle. Can you believe it? Me? Teaching? Actual students? I've been practicing my lectures and preparing my course syllabus, and I'm as prepared as I'm ever going to be. Remember that time you took me to Hoofington once, when I was just a fool? You showed me Starry Notion's old tower, and the scorch marks on the floor of the room where you created the sun, and I snuck out of my room and stayed up all night trying to create my own sun, because I want to be just like you. Princess, promise me you'll visit. I made all the others promise that they would, but I want you to as well. Or at least promise me you won't forget to write. I don't have Spike anymore, so everything has to be sent through the mail. And sometimes mail gets lost, or eaten, or baked into muffins. So be sure to write plenty of letters, just in case some don't make it. Your faithful students, Twilight Sparkle.
From the Royal Wanderbolts of Equestria Recruitment Council. To Rainbow Miriam Dash. Dear R.M. Dash, we are happy to inform you that your audition was successful. We would like to formally extend you an invitation to attend Sky Point in Cloudsdale in preparation for formal admittance into the Royal Wanderbolts of Equestria. We look forward to your reply. Please find your uniform in the attached package. Always faithful. The Royal Wanderbolts of Equestria Recruitment Council. P.S.
Congratulations, Spitfire. From Applejack to Twilight Sparkle. Twilight, I've been missing you. Ponyville just ain't the same without you around. Been busy with the harvest, but I'm making time to write because it's been a full few days. Pinkie's probably the worst case. She keeps sighing, especially whenever she goes past the library. Rarity's not much better. She's trying to write you a letter herself, but she keeps throwing it out because she thinks her hoof writing is too messy. At this rate, I expect you'll see it round about spring. Anyway, the main reason I wrote this is because Rainbow just got her acceptance letter from the Wonderbolts. She came over to my place all nonchalant like and said, I just got this letter. It's probably no big deal. Why don't you look it over for me? And she's shaking so bad that she drops it before she can even give it to me. I open it and read it, and she's trembling like a leaf. You ain't never seen a scarier thing. And so I look up and say congratulations. And in retrospect, I probably should have broke it to her more easy, because she looked like she was about to have a heart attack. And then she screams and cheers like you ain't never heard and runs off to find Fluttershy. Runs back 3 seconds later to grab the letter back off me. Should have been there. That was the happiest I'd ever seen Rainbow. No mistake. Anyway, like I said, wish you were here. With Rainbow likely to be heading out as well, Looks like it's going to be awful quiet around these parts before too long. Best wishes, Applejack. From Rainbow Dash to Twilight Sparkle. I got accepted into the Wonderbolts! I was worried that the Buccaneer Blaze was too showy, but I did it, and they liked it. And I'm in the Wonderbolts, and they gave me a uniform and everything. Hold on, I'll get a picture taken. There's a picture. And it looks awesome! Hey, I wonder if we're going to tour Hoofington. If we do, I'll make sure to get you front row tickets. I wouldn't want my friend to miss out. Fluttershy says hi, I think. She needs to speak up more. I need to go practice. I'll talk more later. Wonderbolt, Rainbow Dash. From Twilight Sparkle to Applejack. Dear Applejack, I miss you too. A lot. I keep thinking of apples while I'm here. But the only ones the school has are the kind of waxy, icky ones that you get with conjuration magic. Thanks for keeping me informed. I'm really happy for Rainbow Dash. In fact, I've got a weekend off coming up, and I think maybe we should celebrate it by getting together, flying up to Cloudsdale, and watching one of the training sessions. I can make it if you meet me halfway in the balloon. What do you think? Oh yeah, how are you doing? Personally, I mean. You talk a lot about everybody else, but you haven't said much about yourself. I'm curious. Twilight. From Applejack to Twilight Sparkle. Dear Twilight Sparkle, that sounds like a mighty fine plan. A month is too long to go without seeing you. Applejack. From Pinkie Pie to Twilight Sparkle. Hey, it was super nice to see you again at Rainbow's training session. No Pony told me where we were going to go. They said it was going to be a surprise. I was kind of depressed, so I didn't want to go. But then I said, wait, I remember what happened last time my friends went to take me to see a surprise. And then when we landed and see you waiting for us, it was the best surprise ever. Right up until the point where you said we were going together to see Rainbow Dash. And that was the best surprise ever. Except for the time when Rainbow saw us all sitting in the stands waiting to see her. And the look on her face, that was the best surprise ever. Oh yeah, I wrote this because I noticed Rarity was upset and throwing a notebook across the room and saying things like, Alas, I shall never phrase this accursed letter correctly. And then falling on the couch and bursting into tears, and when I asked her what was wrong, she said the letter was giving her trouble, so I took it and posted it along with mine, so that it wouldn't give her any trouble anymore. It's right below this one. If you ever need to celebrate anything, you know who to write to. Be sure to write soon, because it takes time for the letter to go both ways, and then to plan the party, and get to where you are, and throw the party. But it doesn't have to be a party. We can just hang out. Any time with friends is party enough for me. Pinkie Pie. P.S. When I said, you know who to write to, I meant me, Pinkie Pie. From Rarity to Twilight Sparkle. My dearest Twilight Sparkle, in your absence, Ponyville has been a positively desolate place. Many times I have turned, sure that the Lavender Unicorn who has been my stalwart companion in my times of need would be present, only to have my hopes cruelly dashed. Your absence has left a far greater rift than you would ever know. I am positively beside myself. No, who's as besides herself these days? Surely I can think of something better than that. I feel like a light my life has been lost in a stormy sea. Perhaps too calmly. I deeply regret the loss of my most treasured companion. Ugh, this sounds like an obituary. She just went to Hoofington. Your absence lends a feeling that is crawling under my coat, a wound that will not heal. What the hell is this? To do. Make sure Twilight is properly valued. Include an invitation for her to come by at any time. Inform her as to the state of my business, small talk. Ask her about how she's doing, what Hoofington's like. Comment on how much I miss Spike. It's not the same without him around. Ensure that he's sleeping comfortably. ESP. Include a query about Deep Pockets, who lives in Hoofington. Subtly. I don't want to appear curlish in my very first letter to Twilight in her new home. Signature practice. Rarity, 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 Rarity.